Marfoogle. What is going on, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf. Today we have breaking news that is absolutely going to shock a lot of people. What just happened in Beirut is no joke, and we're going to talk about that right now. So this is an urgent show. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, before we get started, nothing in the show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of myself, Dex, or anyone else with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, let's get started. So first off, if you don't know, or if you've been under a rock for the last 10 hours, Beirut had a massive, and I'm talking massive, boom boom, and that's probably what I'll call it for the rest of the show. Who knows? We're going to show you that. We're going to also talk about T-Man just literally seconds ago confirmed it was exactly what I said it was, which was an attack. Now, I talked to a military source about 3 hours ago, and then I talked to another family member with military. They are on standby, and I'm speaking personally from their point of view. So they are literally on standby as of this morning since that event happened there. Not only that, it's somebody 2 days ago that we have that is close to us that is in the military was called to Washington, D.C. as an emergency, kind of got picked up in the middle of the night and flown to Washington, D.C. This is right before this happened. So we've got some big things happening here. Beirut, we're going to show you videos of that. It literally looks like a mushroom cloud, which people are saying, I already saw in chat, somebody says, well, wouldn't there be radiation if it was nuclear? No, not necessarily. If it was a tactical, then that is not necessarily the case, or it might come out that it's that. What the official narrative is, and we'll show you the official story, and we'll give you exactly what MSM says it is. We're even going to back up everything. Just so you know, again, my name is Adam, aka Marf. This is Marfoogle News. We actually take the time before every single show to back up everything we say, every tweet, every video we actually put on our website. Again, that's marfooglenews.com, and you'll see that it's actually organized by thumbnail. You'll be able to go to this one and see all of our sources. So if we have information that is anything we say here, we're going to back up unless it is specifically said that it is an outside source. Again, all of the tweets, everything we're going to show you here today is there. So you can follow along. You can read the articles. If we just hit the headline and you say, hey, I want to know the full story, you can go to marfooglenews.com and you can see the full story. Again, this is something that takes us a long time before each show. That's where Dex comes in. Dex is our tech guy. He is our screener. He's my co-host, and he's my best friend. Dex, are you there, and can we do a sound check?
Hello, Adam. I am here, and hello, Foogle fam.
So me and you were listening. Literally, this is something I was tweeting about hours ago. My sources said that this was an attack. Somebody said, oh, well, isn't there radiation? One thing that my source said is that he believed it to be that there is a new technology, one that is not unclassified yet, that is not due, that is not, I guess it could be considered a due or directed energy. But this is more of a microwave that can heat things up to hundreds of thousands of degrees in a matter of seconds, and it's from space, and it is not visible. You can't see the damn thing. And then me and Dex were actually going over this and thinking, what about the Chinese ship that caught fire for multiple days? Amphibious assault carrier, mind you. And then all of a sudden our U.S. ship caught fire for multiple days. This is a metal ship that doesn't have a bunch of frilly curtains to catch fire. We're talking about no accelerants, didn't hit the gas tank, nothing really exploded. There was no missile. There was no nothing. Well, now we waited, and the president, for, sure as heck, just called this an attack on Lebanon's Beirut. Now, once you see the video, you're going to be like, whoa. If you haven't seen this yet, there's multiple. There's every different version, every different angle. And I'm going to go into what more of my sources say in just a few minutes here. So again, this was the question posed by Dex. It says, tactical nuke, large boom, or random explosion? What do you think? Now check this out. This is actually unlike a lot of the different things that we've actually seen here. So let's see. Boom. I'm going to play this one more time here. I want to freeze frame it right there. That's the shockwave. Now, remember, they're calling this a fireworks warehouse that just caught fire, right? Or something happened and then boom.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Adam, there's two stories on the street. One is that it was a fireworks warehouse that was on fire, and then later the explosion happened. They were actually there trying to put the fire out. Others are saying that the term fireworks warehouse was cover for maybe a weapons cache for somebody like Hez. I don't want to say the name. And that's the other scenario, is that's what it was that's what was on fire and exploding. But then this explosion we see here, as the president came out and said, he called it an attack. But he also used the term boomer, as we would call it here on the show. And he said, based on his generals, that's the information he got.
Now, one thing, if you see, people have freeze framed all these different videos, and we're going to show you more here in a second. I'm going to read the actual official narratives here and let you know these are from Associated Press. And I'm not trying to go against what they're saying. I'm just trying to, I don't think that they know much yet. And I do believe that the president is going to go against what most of these say. So we'll see what happens here. I'm just telling you not only my opinion, but also what the people that I know that are high ranking are saying about this right now. Again, there are new things that we do not know about from space that are microwave-like. That was the best way he could describe it. It's not a microwave. In fact, he mentioned high frequency, but it's something that is compartmentalized and very separated. But this can heat things up in a matter of seconds to something that is close to the sun's heat or something like this. So that, again, I don't know if that's confirmed what that was, but if it was a cache of ammunition or something like that, it heats it up all of a sudden. That might be able to cause a sudden, if everything ignited at once, maybe. But if you look at it, the more you look at it, of course, we're not demolition experts, right? So we're not nuclear scientists. But that, to me, is when you look at the multiple angles, and I'll show you, it's a mushroom cloud. Now, again, other things can cause a mushroom cloud that are non-nuclear. The Moab, or the mother of all booms, that can cause a somewhat of a mushroom cloud. But this thing, you got to see the shot from the water. The guys out on the water, it sends a shockwave through the water. I mean, this is nuts. Again, what this means, if this is truly what they think it is, this looks like we are starting off some much bigger fireworks. And I mean that figuratively and literally. This could be a huge, huge story. Again, most of the things that happen, most of the altercations get kind of rolled back between the eye and eye. This one, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Again, it says massive Beirut blast kills at least 50, injures hundreds. It says a massive explosion rocked Beirut on Tuesday, flattening much of the port, damaging buildings across the capital and sending a giant mushroom cloud into the sky. At least 50 people perished and 2,700 injured, with bodies buried in the rubble. So they actually, that's gone up to 73 at least. That was the last one I saw. Hours later, ambulances still carried away the wounded as Army helicopters helped battle fires raging at the port. The sudden devastation overwhelmed a country already struggling with both the pandemic, and the economic crisis. Beirut hospitals quickly filled beyond capacity, pleading for blood supplies and generators to keep their lights on. Now, I do believe their hospitals are full right now. That is one thing I don't doubt. It says the cause of the blast, which sparked fires, overturned cars, and blew out windows and doors, was not immediately known. So this was as of then. It says Abbas Ibrahim, chief of Lebanese General Security, said it might have been caused by a highly explosive material that was confiscated from a ship some time ago and stored at the port. Local television channel LBC said the material was sodium nitrate. Now, a lot of people have been debating, because everybody's an expert on the internet and everybody's an expert on Twitter, that sodium nitrate is not flammable by itself or this or that. I'm not gonna get into that. I personally believe that this is something like immediately right after it sent shockwaves, not only literally but figuratively, through the military that we know. People are getting called out. People are getting sent off right now. People are getting called up to the White House. I'm thinking something much bigger is going on. That's my opinion. You guys can have your own. Again, we can share it and we can talk about everybody's. This is, again, what we're noticing as a group and as a Foogle family. We're if you're new here, again, we just talk about the things. This isn't meant to scare anybody. Again, if you really get this stuff into your head and get prepared and things like this, if you are prepared personally and mentally for anything to happen, then this stuff isn't scary. This is more of like, hey, we need to know what's going on right now. This might be very big. And that's why I say, remember, some people are saying, hey, if something happens over there, you got 2 or 3 days before, Florida has something happen, and then this happens, and then that happens. So we got a lot of things to think about.
And Adam,
go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick. This just came in. I saw it from a comment. I don't know who said it, but I pulled it up. And the U.S. Embassy in Beirut has told people to wear masks, and they've told them to do it because there's toxic gas as a result of the explosion.
And somebody said, shouldn't there be radiation? Again, to whoever that was, I didn't even see their name. I'm not downplaying, but we don't know if there was yet. In fact, also, if there was, do you think that they would necessarily report it if they were trying to walk it back or bring it back to the peace level? Because I think there's multiple players and multiple actors here that are going to be at play, and you never know if one government has two different sides and one side kind of took over for a minute, did something very bad, and then the other side is like, whoa, we got to walk this back. This is big. So again, here is another angle. Let's see here. This is okay. So this is the same one. Hold on. We got much more here. Oh, okay. Here we go. So check this out. This is crazy times we live in. Literally crazy times. Okay, so this is the one from the water, and I'm going to play the sound if we have one. Watch the shockwave. Boom. Boom. Is it not crazy that through the water that you can see it right here? I'm going to go to the spot where you can see it coming. Is that not horrifyingly terrifying? Look at this. Watch. You can see the wave coming at right about here. It's like boom, boom. It's so fast. That's the sonic shockwave from it that is sending the literal waves through the water here. Another video from the sea, Lebanon. Watch this. Now, the way that did that cloud. That is what some of the experts that are in our group say is absolutely tactical. But again, we have no confirmation yet. And of course, it's freezing here. One other thing that's been happening since this morning, since this happened, people have been reporting that they've been having tons of issues with Twitter and sharing specifically this subject. What I thought was funny too is when you Google Beirut or anything like that, it shows a bunch of articles and none of them show in their preview or in their articles the mushroom cloud. Some are talking about it, but again, when you think of the mass public, the people that don't watch the news, they didn't necessarily, they're going to brush right over this and not see that mushroom cloud, not see mushroom clouds automatically put one image into our head, and that is Nyc. But again, not saying it was or wasn't, but look at the aftermath. This one from the water again too, if we can play this time without fail. Look at this. And the shockwaves. Boom. Absolutely incredible. On this one, you can hear the sound on it.
What? 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 Sweat, bro.
Can you imagine being in that boat right there? Can you imagine being there and seeing that? I bet these people will probably have new life goals, to say the least. In fact, one thing I want to point out, Hawaii, the false missile alert. I actually said 2 or 3 years ago, I said, I bet people's lives are going to change after this. I said, I bet people will literally change the way they think. Jim Carrey just wrote a book, and he says that his entire life changed on that day because he thought he was going to die. His new book is basically the inspiration became from the day that he was in Hawaii and thinking that he was going to die. There is a lot of stuff that is going on all at once. I don't think that was a false missile alert, by the way. There's lots of things that get walked back. This might be one of them. Tell me that looks like a fireworks warehouse. Not going to put that sound in your head. Look at this. I hope everyone was okay. I was in a Zoom call with a friend when this happened. Her apartment is shattered, but she's okay by luck. Look at that. And now it says it's not just fireworks. Could be the cover story. I'm going with ground nuke or dirty bomb. The delay of boom definitely could be telling. Again, that is partly why this looks nuclear. FFs, what is going on and why? These are all just random people. Again, there are so many people now that talk about FFs than ever before in history. There really is a change in information going on right now. It says Tracy's voting T-Man. Why is there cameras on this? It just so happened to be pointed that way? Yeah, okay. Well, one thing I would say to Tracy's voting T-Man, there actually is cameras all the time. People are... If you've ever been in a downtown metropolis area, there are always some dummies going like this. I've been one of them, literally pointing cameras. But it started
as a fire too, right?
Well, yes. So that's
so
what
there
they
was
say.
This big fire, and people were filming the fire because the fire was like, oh, what's all this big smoke? And that's what there was even the fire department was even deployed trying to put it out when this went off.
Look at this one.
I imagine they're probably injured or hurt or. God only knows what happened to him.
We have another shot, Dex. Look at this one. You can see the rubble in their house, how far they are. Instant rubble in their house. Absolutely stunning footage coming out of Beirut. Absolutely stunning. I mean, this just does not get any more crazy. Breaking Lebanese media claims the massive explosions in Beirut occurred in a fireworks warehouse. Fireworks can be seen in the video. Moments later, a secondary explosion caused most of the damage. So right about here should be where it goes. Boom. That person should not be on their... Look at this. So people are talking about these white flashes. Okay? This is what... yeah. Do you see... Okay. Do you see right there? There's actually some telling stuff here. You see how... If I can point. If you guys can see my mouse here. Look by this building. It's like it happens from underground. If it will go. Don't know why Twitter is... It's Twitter too. It's not mine. So let's watch it all the way through. Watch it carefully. I'm going to probably try to zoom in on this. Gosh, they just don't want it to work here. By the way, we have perfect stream, nothing going wrong. Okay, let's refresh it. This time, we're going to go down here. I want you guys to look at the bottom of the warehouse. It looks like something from underneath just goes boom. It really is. Watch right here. There's lots of little white flashes. Okay. One thing I want to point out is the sky. It could be the camera refocusing, but you can almost see in this area that there's some sort of color change. Watch one more time. So as this goes boom, this area, it looks like, is raised from the ground. Reminds me of Tianjin. Watch right here. It almost looks much bigger than what the actual factory was. You would think that it would be a much smaller centered, but it looks like it almost started almost like a square, like a grid. One thing I thought of too is how it was so square. At the different angles you look at it, it's almost like somebody has a space stamp with a microwave and just went Ch. I think about Paradise. I think about those ships. I think about a lot of different things with this.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
So in that scene you're showing there, I analyzed not that similar view. It was a different view, but the same angle where you see that little building underneath the fire, and the fireworks are in the background. What I was able to do, because the angle I had was a little bit to the left of where you're looking, when I analyzed it really slowly, the one thing I noticed, of course, you can see the little white splat, looks like fireworks or whatever that may be popping off in the background, but where the actual explosion happens is not right there. It's actually a little, in the video you were showing, it's a little closer towards you, probably by, I'm estimating 300 feet, maybe more, because it's definitely offset where the center of that explosion happens. This is the video, the one you're showing. I know I'm delayed. That's the one I analyzed. And if you zoom in on it, you can actually look at where the center of the explosion is. It is towards the camera and to the right a little bit from where the actual fire was.
Look at this. Wow, look at that shot. And then look at that building right next to it. I'm sure that's just cleaned out. In fact, I'm wondering, nobody stood up after it. Almost all the shots. I want to see what happened to that building after it happened. So here you go. Look at those buildings. They're instantly crumbled. See, here's the thing, too. We're going to see if however many of these people, we have no idea what the end result of this is going to be, because we don't know if it did have any sort of chemicals or if this, did have something there. Pulled these stills from your video. Pretty striking. Praying for as few casualties as possible. This is a look at that. I mean, there's no joking around about this thing. Like, look at the red. Jeez, just in some sort of way, it is almost makes an eye right here. Gosh, look at, what does that look like? I'm going to go over to the chat. Absolutely stunning video coming out of there. Travis Hartfield, Marfoogle News is so entertaining. I need popcorn with all this info. Marf and Dex is on point. Well, thank you, Travis, and thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting we're trying to move up, and we are literally trying to build some stuff, so thank you for your support. Sandy Stamps says, Israeli News has more information about this from his contacts. Sandy, I will actually try to get a hold of him and talk to him and see what he knows. Maybe we can have him on our show this time. Of course, if you guys don't know, make sure to go check him out, Stephen Banoun at Israeli News Live. I was just on there last week talking to him about the asteroid situation. Vinecki Potasio says, hey, Adam, Dex, Mods, CJ Blaze, J-Stone, Trinity, Snafu, and Marfia Worldwide. What's up, Vinecki? And nice to have you here. Nikki Money, thank you for following. As always, if you subscribe during the show, you will get a shout out. I will find you and I will shout you out. Rochelle Cooley says, we're living in Revelations. I agree, Rochelle. Annette Wright says, God bless you, Adam. Thank you. Seraphinia, thank you for your support. You can always write something there. Oh Wise Owl as well with you. Thank you from, it looks like Europe. Leslie Goth 2006 says, the explosion double asterisk. It says, Leslie Goth says, could it be linked to the investigation of the nation of Prime Minister Rafiq? You very well could be onto something there. I think everything is connected. A lot of this stuff over there is connected, and possibly, huge things popping off that we will never know about. Thanks for bringing us the news, brother. God bless to you and all the Foogle fam. Heads on a swivel, says Rick B. Thank you. Owlish Hunter says, the world has become very strange. Thanks, Adam, Dex, Mods, for all you do. Ty Coes, thank you for your support. Thank you. We are literally trying to build something, so thank you. Chicky R, flooding in the northeast from the tropical system that went through. By the way, we're going to talk about the storm, and at least 600,000 currently out of power over in hurricane zone there. Dog Bill, thank you. Ammonia nitrate in a storage 28 times more than the Oklahoma booming. Ammonia nitrate. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if you're saying it has this thing had 28 more times than the Oklahoma. Brett Butler says, perfect timing, Marf. I love making the live show. Drop some truth, not booms. Shirley Graham, thank you, says, I love this family. Will never leave you all. You are all in my heart forever and always. I thank you, Adam. Hugs to all of you. Thanks for being the last one out, Shirley Graham. And then, of course, Brett Butler, December 20th, 2016, Mexico. That was a fireworks warehouse explosion. This is not. So Brett Butler is saying back in 2016 in Mexico, that was a fireworks explosion, and his opinion is that this one is not. Bethy June says, crazy times. Hope the Foogle fam are well. I hope they are too. Not sure what I would do without the Foogle news. Thanks, Adam and Dex, says Loyal Luke. And Kim Rees, who was the attack from? I believe it starts with an I. Silence Photography, thank you for shouting. Thank you for shouting. Thank you. Thank you for following. And I'm going to shout you out now. Crazy Times, hope the Foogle fam are well. Bethy June, thank you again. All right, and then I'm going to go over to D-Live. You guys, we have so much here that this is pretty overwhelming. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to go to the live chat on YouTube as well. What do you guys think about this? Gone Girl 777, thank you. Throwing all in kind of fast, trying to pack up and get out. Do not know where, just my car. Aftermath video on YT. You can play timestamp 42. Casper the Vile Moose says, let's see, Gone Girl. I will have to look into what you're saying up on top. I can't see. It already went past. Building to the left, fire was a green elevator. Is that right? Appreciate the Foogle fam, says Rock to Party. JD, thank you. Serenity PA, thank you for the lemon. Gem, thank you guys. Miss Jackson, MD Moses, Greatest is Love, Dixie Doe. Thank you guys for being loyal here. Deep Thought 76, thank you for following. Ollie Pop, thank you. All right, and then we've got Channel Jammer building to the left. Awesome, I'll check that out. CPWs and Town. Hi, thanks for all you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. We really do. Hags 6996. That would have to be a lot of fireworks. LOL. Yeah, a ton. Anti-M. It's not. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not an expert again. Jilly J, thank you for your support. Thank you for the lemons. Johnny Doom, Greatest is Love, and Durang Nibiru Exaru. I think I said that totally wrong, but that's fine. Again, this is kind of getting hot here, and who knows? Watch. We're going to see in the next 24 hours if they pull this back or if this starts something giant. From everyone we know, they say that August, September, and then before this next putting in our mail-in ballots, that this is going to get crazy. Susan Rock, thank you. Adam, glad to see you. Love to all tonight. Thank you. Silver Serpent, thank you for subscribing for 1 month. What you are supporting is an awesome channel. But not only that, you're supporting us trying to help others, so thank you. Jamie Lynn, 2018 Bibby told UN there was weapons there, routers. Okay, so at the very least, the fireworks thing, I kind of personally threw that out. Dex threw that out. I mean, at the very least, it would have to be an ammunition sort of thing, right? What do you think, Dex?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good cover. If it's not fireworks, then I believe in the other scenario.
Yeah, and then people are asking like, who would do this? Well, I'll show you right here. It says Ray L denies responsibility for massive blast in Beirut. Of course they do. Is it not like the daily that something huge happens there or there and both sides say we didn't do it? I mean, this is like, it's almost like third grade, somebody steals a cookie and then they go over and steal the thing back and nope, I didn't do it. When they both sides know who did it. This is a back and forth kind of thing. And I believe there's serious help on both sides. Who knows? We could have had a part of this. The powerful blast that occurred near the center of the Lebanese capital and left many people injured has already been described as a, quote, national disaster akin to Hiroshima by the city's governor. Can I just ask you guys, why do you think that the city's governor put that wording? A national disaster akin to Hiroshima, and said national. So again, how far is this going to stretch? Was there radiation in this? Is it going to hurt the entire city? Is it going to hurt them nationally? Why would he say that? Or is he knowing of what is to come? It says, it has nothing to do with the massive explosion that rocked Beirut on August 4th. The country's parliamentary TV channel has announced. A similar statement was made by an anonymous Israeli official in an interview with Reuters. Well, the country's foreign minister Gabi Ashkenazi alleged that the blast was likely an accident caused by a fire. But, a national one that's akin to Hiroshima. Sure, buddies. At the same time, a representative for the Is Defense Forces is inclined to comment on the cause of the explosion, specifically on allegations that Is could be behind it. Now, again, if you're new to this show, I do say some things a little bit differently because we're not fighting people, we're fighting algorithms. So, with that kept in mind, remember, there's always something on the screen that shows what I'm saying. We do not comment on foreign media reports, says the IDF spokesperson. So they're saying we're not making a comment here. The Lebanon-based group Hezbollah has also denied allegations that the explosion was a result of a missile attack. Now, I don't think with all of the camera angles that if it was a physical item that hit, I think it would have had to been from a sub or something that came out of the water and went right in. It is right on the water. If you've seen some of the new technology they have these torpedoes that basically go out of the water, then fly above, and they're very low. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a local there saying, I saw something whiz by me, I heard a whistling. This in the next couple days, if somebody said that something flew by them, or they saw a low-flying plane or a low-flying jet right before this happened, I bet that might pop up on Twitter, because that would be something from the water, a submarine that shot something that was extremely low. I mean, you're talking about these weapons can literally, they have the map of the actual, geography of the ground, the buildings, everything. They can go 8 feet above the ground and hit their target now. So I wouldn't put that out. I would not exit that out of my brain yet, but we'll see. Last Diamond gotta go. Gone Girl, thank you so much for your support. Lots to do. Now, Gone Girl, are you I know that you got your stuff all together. Are you bouncing out? Is that what you're saying? Some people are actually, and we do have a lot of preppers in this group. Some preppers are actually basically heading out. I mean, I would say that from what we see, we at least have a few days to find out what's going on here. Again, but if we find out within 24 hours that this is starting something much bigger, that would be where, people have kind of a few days. And again, I'm not saying we're there. I'm saying when we eventually do get to a very simple and plain out in the open WW3, what people are saying is that we would have 2 to 3 to 4 days before, anything could possibly come our way. So I don't know that I'm not there yet. Again, we've got Casper the Vilmos. NK did say no more war because nuke powers days ago. Huh. We'll look into that quote. Patriot Nomad, Mary XXX. I'm sorry if I added an extra one there. Lady Mel, Purple Rose, Stamper Love. Thank you guys. Baldy Locks Awake. Bible says there will never be peace in Middle East. I guess there will be the third temple. There's lots of things that are going on right now that are in the Bible. Sent y'all Twitter DM. Didn't know Jacob had a video. Candy444, I will check it out. I will actually probably look that up on stream. All right, and then Caleb Holmes says bug out. Again, I wouldn't be recommending that. It says buffering bad on DLive. It should be coming back in here pretty soon. I don't know if you guys hear that. Just it is kind of nuts how many drills they've been doing right now. Live updates. Powerful explosion occurs near Beirut's port. Sorry, probably too loud. Lebanon causing significant damages to houses in the nearby area. Powerful explosion has taken place near the port of Beirut. Lebanon Sputnik correspondent. The blast was so powerful that the windows of surrounding houses and shops were destroyed kilometers away from the epicenter. So this is miles away. Numerous photos and videos of the explosion, as well as white plumes of smoke rising above the buildings, have emerged on social media platforms. It says unconfirmed reports, various correspondents suggest that Lebanon's capital was rocked by 2 explosions, with one of them taking place in the port and the other near former Prime Minister Saad Harari's residence in the city center. Okay, do you guys hear what that says? That is saying that right now there very well could have been 2 at the same time. Initial reports says that this is just an accident. Other reports say this was coordinated and it was multiple. So we will see what's going on. Again, we just got breaking news that the U.S. Embassy was told to wear masks, like not CV masks, like chemical masks, because there may be chemicals in the air. That is coming straight from a verifiable source. We will link it on marfooglenews.com. Remember, if you did join late, you can go to our website and find all of these videos on the threads. Make sure to follow Dex on Twitter. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Marfoogle. Again, just type in the @ Marfoogle on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, open one up, because we will be sharing a lot of things there that we can't share on any other platform, at least until we get knocked off. So again, you can also find everything, including our Twitter, including our DLive, including our alerts, including all of our stuff, just to let you guys know. You can sign up for email alerts. Again, if we have somewhat of an emergency or anything that we 100% have to get to you, we would be using this system, because we know it works and we know it will get you those emails. You can sign up for the Marfoogle alerts at marfooglenews.com. You can also sign up for push notifications to get every notification that we send out. We're not depending on YouTube anymore to send out our notifications. We're not depending on DLive. We actually have our own notification system. So if you go to marfooglenews.com, it will ask you, would you like Marfoogle News to send you notifications? If you press yes, then you won't miss a show. Somebody was saying, I wish there was a schedule. If you have this, then you will at least know exactly when we're live. Again, we don't have millions of dollars to hire nannies and things like this, and I don't have assistants, so I can be on 7 days a week at 5 to 7 p.m. and have people write and do everything for us. So again, we are on the ground level. We're trying to build. For any of you guys that have supported us and are supporting us, we are trying to expand, and we want to do it much more rapidly now. We feel like we're out of time. So if you guys do want to support us in any way, on the pages, you can support us through any different which way. You can support Dex and I both there, and with any of the products that we do. Again, you can actually get any of the stuff like the eDeck bags. If you don't want to be traced, you can actually get the eDeck bags, which will actually block every kind of signal from going in or out of your phone. So you put in one of these guys and you'll be untraceable. Again, that's marfooglenews.com/eDeck. Go check it out. It helps us. It helps you. Boom. It's a win-win. Okay, so going on to the next piece here. This is, so reminder, everything that's going on right now is not on purpose. So Dex, let's get the phone open. And let's also remind you guys, EMP, just want to show you a Twitter real quick before we move on. There's a lot of people talking about this again. This is, and it's kind of sent shockwaves since this morning. I do like that several people are talking about this, including Lionel Nation. Everyone is talking about EMP. Now, again, we are simply here to warn you, if you want to go through a different creator, go through somebody else that does sell this product, or if you want to go without us, I would say that now is the time to protect yourself. You can at least protect yourself against, having all of your devices fried, your car fried, your solar system, your ham radio. Again, everybody should be looking at EMP Shield. If the entire country had this, I think we'd be in a much better shape. EMP has actually not only worked with DHS, DOD, but now is officially a part of the DEMSO team protecting the Texas grid. So these are no joke. This is one of the most respected companies in protecting against an electromagnetic pulse and a coronal mass ejection, and you can get it straight through us. Not only that, you can get a huge discount. You guys, at this point, I shouldn't have to tell you why. So, marfooglenews.com/EMP. Thank you guys for your support. Again, I think we're running out of time. We need to get big fast. Okay, Dex, let's bring in the next caller. Remember, you can call in at 224400-MARF. Again, that's 224400-MARF. If you have video or pictures, let us know. Give us a call. Anything strange.
Okay, Adam. First up, we have Homegrown USA. Homegrown, you are live on Marfoogle News.
Hey, how you doing, Adam?
Good. What's going on, Homegrown? So you
hey, brother, we got
some FEMA stuff, huh?
I do. I didn't want to say that word. So I started looking, and I was putting a show together, and I couldn't get it together. So I kind of went and found peas. I came back to the computer, and we've got Florida, 182 jobs. We've got every state. Texas is hiring 192 jobs. And in the show, if you go to timestamp 1145, it shows you just one position and the states that they need these people. And it's on every, it literally makes, it makes me like, not fearful, but it's very concerning how many people this group is hiring. And I did a video on it, and I call them the free man. So the free men are hiring emergency management specialists down to contact specialists. I try and go over how that's connected. And disaster recovery agents. A lot of those guys are being, hired, along with recovery officers, type 1 and 2. I show the map, and I show basically the states that they're hiring in. Now, they're hiring for so many positions, you would think they're starting a brand new company. It is just insane.
Now, we've pointed out some of the weird ones as far as the recorders. There's people mapping out what the United States looks like, what the coastlines look like, but then also FEMA also has all of these services, basically recovery. Now, do you think that this may tie into the asteroids and the fact that they're putting millions and millions of dollars into debris cleanup from space junk? Do you think any of that has anything to do with it?
I do, and I think we're so close. Like you said, time is, like, you can feel it in your bones, right? Like, we are so close. And why would they hire this many agents and recruit this many type of positions for all these states? Like, I totally believe that all of it ties together, and I think that together as a collective family, we're putting the puzzle together.
So, as far as all of the states and them hiring just, they're creating hundreds and hundreds we're talking thousands of jobs. How could they just so blatantly be asking people to do these kinds of jobs and not expecting us to not know that something big is happening?
Exactly. I agree. I agree with that. What do you say other than like, if you look on there, you'll see that deleted video. It's like some people know, some people don't. And then I get a lot of questions. Are these people that are getting hired, these disaster recovery, the counselors that deal with, the deceased, are they going to have to take the same things that we are? That's the biggest question I have. And some people actually said, should we join the team, because of how many openings they have? It's just insane what's going on, and it's hard to put together, but I do believe it has to do it. obviously it has to do with something, because they wouldn't be hiring so many people for every state and then putting a huge list up of all the states that specifically they need people for. Like, if you go to, I guess you're ahead of me, so I don't know. I wrote down 1144. That's just one position, and the state's needed. Timestamp 144.
And I'm sorry, you said 144 or 1144?
1144. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, perfect. Thank you for. I missed that part. So let's see.
So do you like the nickname Freeman? Freeman. That's Freeman.
I don't know if people will get it, but again, the reason why we do all of the nicknames, Homegrown knows, is because of the algorithms. They'll pick up things, and if there's a certain percentage, if you say something too much, we've actually had live streams where we said FEMA, we've said that word, and then all of a sudden it puts a Wikipedia underneath the channel, which guaranteed, if that happens that instant, that's not helping you boost your video up, right? That them correcting, basically saying, hey, they're saying something untrue about this agency. Here's the real information, that's not helping. By the way, I just want to say hi to Marla P. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you coming tonight. But so again, with all of this, we need to have somebody put together all of the different things over the last 3 years that have happened. They're mapping. They are preparing for recovery. I mean, they even have specific jobs to go out and find people and connect them with their families. Like, what is going to happen so big that, a specific position is to go out and to find people and then find their families. And we're not talking about a hurricane or something like this. We're talking about nationwide. So it just seems weird. Homegrown, I appreciate you calling in. Is there anything else you want to point out, or anything else you want to point out that's in this video here?
No, nothing in the video. If I had one thing to say, would be prayers to our entire community, and thank you for having me, and thank you for helping me, and I think together we'll win this, and together we will be the ones to figure it out.
Well, we're bigger together instead of being torn apart. And again, there's always going to be negativity. There's always going to be hate. There's going to be drama. There's going to be all sorts of stuff, and we've just got to fight through it. And now you have your own community. We just got to push through it no matter what. So I appreciate you calling in, man, and great job on your channel. You're almost, what are we up? By the way, this is Homegrown USA. He's probably around 15,000 subscribers now. So make sure to go over and subscribe to Homegrown USA. Again, Homegrown USA. Well, thank you for calling, and you have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, Homegrown?
All right. Hey, God bless, and thank you so much for having me, and God bless the Foogle fam, the Frutio fan, and the We Are Family fan. I love you guys, and thank you for having me.
All right. God bless you, dude. Let's see here. Pig Bennis says, I saw an article today that was saying that Canada has Chinese military staging in Canada, and Trudeau is working with China. If I find it, I'll send it. Well, please do. I would love to see confirmation on that. Again, with what is going on right now, what is happening, to update anyone who might have come into it late, is Beirut had something, possibly a tactical, go off in its city in Beirut, Lebanon. And yes, I said Lebanon. We can leap on Beirut. Teresa Wrench, love to y'all. Stay focused, keep the faith. Army Gina, Angela 1609, thank you guys. Lee Noah says, look at Heshmat Alavi on Twitter. 2-minute compilation. Lee Noah, I will check it out. We'll probably show it tomorrow to sum up what happened today. And then we've got Sherry B, thank you for your support there. April Saffel says, love and prayers from Johnny Doom, Wifey, and Tribe. That's awesome that you and the fam watch. That's super cool. We've got multiple couples and husbands and wives, and it's nice to see husbands and wives that all believe in the same thing. Again, a lot of people are not. Even husbands or wives are split up right now. Connexit, thank you for following Connexit62. I appreciate that. And as always, if you subscribe during the show, you will get a shout out. Child of God Girl says, who is a liar, but he that denieth that Jesus is Christ, he is the Antichrist, thee that denieth the Father of Son. John 2:22, much love, fan. Then Thomas the Fam, thank you. Oh, okay, Thomas the Fam is here. What is going on? Thank you for your support. We've got Crazy Taco and Patrick Olson, 1516. Feeling grateful about living in Alaska during these crazy times. Be safe, everyone. Thank you, Adam and Dex, for what you do. One thing I would say about Alaska, though, is you guys, for whatever reason, have kept having these crazy, huge earthquakes. I would be prepared for Cascadia and whatever it may trigger up near you. That is one thing that I keep hearing about. Nathan Kessel, thank you for your support. Paul Crane. Pete Santilli said that the red smoke means petroleum-based explosion. He's a retired Marine. Looks huge, though. So petroleum, so gas or oil, I guess, or petroleum. Number one Maine prepper says it was ammunition nitrate. So probably if that's the fact, then that would definitely be a little bit different from fireworks. And then Daryl Devine says there is a video being shared around on Twitter that appears to show a missile before the boom. Daryl Devine, I would love to see that video. Man, if you called in, you get right in. Toss Dare. Hi, Marf. There is some info on the explosion. Google RSOEEDIS. This is a great site for all types of information. No, so we know about that. We've actually we've looked at that. So I wonder what they're calling it on there. Dex, could you look at the RSOE and see what is actually going on with that site and see what they're saying about this? And Farva, asteroid from incoming debris field. But that's the thing. Nobody saw anything coming in and the camera was on it. I actually was thinking, man, that would be too perfect, right? GI Snake says sources say Hezbollah arms IDF issued the strike. We don't, see, again, we're not going to know. So we'll see what happens as it goes along. With everything that's happening right now, we need to be extremely vigilant on making sure that the information is correct that we get. Debbie Doot, I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping us informed. Well, thanks for keeping here to be informed. Ryan Cole and Purple Rose, thank you and welcome to the Foogle fam. All right, so to get through this, Twitter under an FTC investigation for alleged misuse of user data. I think all of this stuff is connected. Personally, I just tweeted out yesterday, or it was the day before. I got an alert on my phone that my phone was it was freezing. It's a Note 9. I also have the Note 10, but I fell back onto my Note 9 because it had better battery life. And the battery is also all of a sudden gone. I'm on my phone a lot, which sucks. And I tried to do as much as I can remotely. I've even hooked it up to a monitor and a keyboard so I can step away from it. Because now you can plug your Samsungs into a computer. So I've been using it like that. But again, I'm on there all the time. The battery has been much lower. And I was like, what the heck's going on? It actually gave me an alert and it says Twitter is taking a ton of power in the background. And it has the background running processes. And I'm thinking, and Dex, I would love to pull you in on this. How does a simple app that is so incredibly simple as Twitter, how does an app like that take so much battery up? And even if it was sending packets, you're talking about text, 160 characters, maybe videos, but it's not sending you the videos.
Yeah, but I think part of it is they've got that feature where they preview videos, and I think it's that and the fact that it's constantly polling and trying to get updates and information from your DMs and your feeds. That constant and also you might want to check your settings. You probably gave permission, or Twitter probably took permission for location. So it's probably doing geolocation the whole time it's running too.
So say if somebody accidentally does that, then why does it need your location in the first place? So you can tag where you are?
They have a feature in a tweet where in your settings, you can include the location of the tweet.
Well, I understand that. Tagging, people used to tag where they're at, and then they were like, wait, this is not something anybody should be doing. Using the little dots. What was so funny is that service back when it came out, and I'm sure they still have something like it.
Foursquare?
No. It was the one that you could see where your friends are. Do you know what I'm talking about? Dex, we've got some background sound here.
Yeah, I took care of it. It was one of the lines was messed up. I'm sorry, what'd you say? The location?
There was a thing that would show the little blip of somebody that, your friends. Was it Facebook that basically you would go into the map and you could see where all your friends were? Like, you're like, oh my gosh, John's right next to me, What was it? It was short-lived because people were like, people they didn't like would walk up and go, hey, man, I saw you on the app, so I thought I would come say hi.
Yeah.
I feel like that
friends
was...
near me, nearby friends. Yeah, they did that on both Facebook and there was some other apps that did it that were really crazy.
I think there was problems with it because you didn't hear much about it, and I thought it was going to be the biggest thing ever. Like, think about it. That wouldn't it, the luck of chance. Have you ever run into somebody from first grade or something and you're just randomly at a store and you're like, oh my gosh, it's you? With that, it was like, where everybody is, but that's creepy. But I don't want to be known, I don't want people knowing where I'm at all times. Heck, some people don't have cell phones because of that. They just don't want to have people reach them, for God's sake. So
yeah, and they softballed us into this because they started with apps like Foursquare, and then Facebook started working the same way, where you would check in to places, say, "Oh, I'm at this store," or "Oh, I'm here at this location," and they did it, and they gamified it, right? They were like, "Oh, you could get a discount," or "Oh, you got." You became the king of that location. So if you always went to the same bar and you hung out there all the time and you checked in more than anyone else, you were the king of that location, right? And we all got used to this notion that, locations were cool and fun, and we should let these social networks know where we are.
Yeah, no thanks. Again, the point of this is Twitter Inc. is now under investigation by the Federal Trade Commission. The FTC is now looking into Twitter. They say that the probe may cost it $150 million to $250 million. It says that Twitter received a draft last week of a complaint from the FTC alleging that the social media company violated a 2011 consent decree in which it agreed to better protect users' personal data, the company said Monday in a regulatory filing. My point is, this thing, once you sign up for it, boom, boom, all of them. It doesn't matter which one. Every single social media, they're even Parler, all of them. They've all got the things, and we all use them. So it's unfortunate. It's like you have to use those things to communicate with people now, but yet the owners and the things that they're doing with your information, basically, I don't think people even care anymore. I think people almost go, well, my information's all out there anyways. But there is something you can do, though. You can, we can all start speaking out loud about it and stop being a weenie when it comes to our opinions with our friends and family. And if, you don't have to push it on people, but you can say, hey, this is what I believe and this is why. People are, especially right now, they're being quiet about stuff. They're not saying things because they don't want to be accused of being this or being that. People need to, start speaking up. This stuff is just getting really bad. NSA warns of security threats from mobile location data. This is exactly why. It says the National Security Agency, or the NSA, on Tuesday rolled out a guidance warning that location data from mobile and other internet-connected devices could pose a security threat for users if accessed by adversaries. The guidance was rolled out as a warning for the Defense Department personnel and others with access to sensitive federal systems, but the NSA noted that it could be useful for a wide range of users. So think about this too. What if there's a gentleman they know has access to something? They could kidnap him, know where he is. It says using a mobile device, even powering it on, exposes location data. It says the NSA warned in the guidance, mobile devices inherently trust cellular networks and devices and providers. And the cellular provider receives real-time location information for a mobile device every time it connects to a network. Now, we've talked about this. Is this talking about ISNI? Because there's basically these machines that they can put different places and pick up your phone, and your phone thinks it's a tower. It's how they surveil and do a lot of hacking into systems. This means the provider can track users across a wide area, the agency noted. In some scenarios, such as 911 calls, this capability saves lives, whereas for personnel with location sensitivities, it may incur risks. If an adversary could influence or control the provider in some way, this location data may be compromised. So it says the NSA noted that the location data could be tracked even if the GPS and cellular data are switched off. Do you guys understand this? The NSA is straight up telling us that they noted that location data could be tracked even if GPS and cellular data were off. This is exactly why we deal with EDEC again. So just reminding you, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. It doesn't matter. And I said that it's called, there's upstream surveillance going on. There's all sorts of things. They're actually telling us about this because of other countries. NSA is the one who's tracking us. So it's kind of funny that they're telling us this. The agency warned that other internet-connected devices such as fitness trackers, smartwatches, medical devices, and household smart devices. Well, golly. So the Internet of Things is tracking you everywhere you go. So this is the Defense Department is saying, don't wear smart devices, don't use this, don't use that, don't use DJI drones. Oh man, I gotta show you guys. Australia is basically saying that they're going to war. They're going to be going to war with China. By the way, I'll bring that up here in a second. NYC Crime Spree knocks on the doorsteps of the doorsteps of America's ultra-rich. It says a portion of New York City's Upper East Side, which reportedly boasts residents such as billionaire Glenn Dubin and hedge funder John Paulson, has been riddled with a recent uptick in crime, including a weekend gunpoint robbery spree, police said. It says the New York Police Department 19th Precinct oversees the Upper East Side between East 59th and East 96th, described as NYPD as one of the most densely overpopulated residential areas in Manhattan. It says over roughly the past month, the precinct has seen robberies skyrocket 286% compared to the same period last year, with 27 reported incidents. The precinct wrote on Twitter 5 of them were gunpoint robberies. So one thing about this is, you've got one side of our media and our government saying that, these people are peaceful. A lot of this stuff is not related and this and that. And they are giving criticism for going in with actual national, guards and feds and doing all this. Basically, because of what is going on with the police, with all of the stuff, people have been on crime sprees, and it is the same here. We know because we're watching the scanner locally, but when we talk to other Foogle family members that are also watching the scanners, things have gone up and up and up. You're talking about even people just reporting what is going on, say, Ring Neighbors and things like this. You're seeing just things go up, 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 and up. It's not an illusion, folks. It really is. People are literally coming out of the woodworks to commit crimes, and that's because they, in most cases, know that they won't be put in jail or they'll be released right away because of CV-19. So this CV stuff is literally causing so many issues. That's why some people say, just take the bad with what's going on with the actual thing, rather than the side effects, which have destroyed schools, businesses, incomes, everything. It's pretty rough. Do you have anything to say about this New York story, Dex? I know you're East Coast, so you're seeing it firsthand in Atlanta too. You're in Atlanta, so you saw this whole thing go down there too.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like in these cities, especially as you talked about, with CV, it was actually a release of criminals, right? It's like, oh, well, let's release them because we don't want to keep them in jail. And these were a wide range. This wasn't just like a DUI or here or there. These were there were even people that had committed very heinous crimes who were being released. And now you've got things going on where if you do get arrested, you're turned right back out the next day or the same day with no bail, right? So it's kind of crazy to think that these types of tactics that we're doing, whether we're doing it for CV or we're doing it for, other political reasons that any one of these mayors may be behind, you can't not think that those types of actions are just going to not have an impact on crime. It's actually, obviously, it's sort of like you turn the stove on, it's going to be hot. You're going to put your hand on it, you're going to get burned. Don't do that, right?
Exactly. As far as with what is happening right now, you guys can please let us know what it's like in your neighborhood. Let us know what it's like in your city. Of course, we have Foogle family all over the world. Let us know how it's in Europe. I know we've got people like Gem over in Europe. We've got people in Australia, like Australian Patriot and things like this. So let me see. I do want to pull up this clip, though, and I'm going to try to show it if I can. Oh, by the way, Homegrown didn't even mention this when he called. Look at this. Dex, I don't know if you saw this, but due to a national aluminum can shortage, some items may be temporarily unavailable. We apologize for any inconvenience. Now, I want to point out the last time we had a metal shortage like this was WW2. That's 3. 2. Which was our world conflict, the last one. This is shortly after. I want to show you this. This is really nuts. Let's see here. The Lebanon stuff is absolutely nuts. Again, you can go to my Twitter and see all of those videos. Australia sharpening its teeth to be ready for communist China. So check this out.
A bit embarrassing.
So I'm gonna try to get any kind of. I'm gonna do this in fair use here. So let's see. Maybe I can actually. I think I have a solution. Boom. Watch that. Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna put it at speed. So
on our doorstep, China this time, and here we are with our pants down. It's the Prime Minister.
I want you to hear the first part.
And this is a bit embarrassing. Turns out that we've got a new Nazi Germany on our doorstep, China this time, and here we are with our pants down. It's the Prime Minister himself who, in a speech today on national security, 4 times said that the situation we face now reminded him of the world in the 1930s.
Again, this is Australian Prime Minister saying 4 times in his speech that today reminds him of Nazi Germany in the 1930s.
Just before World War II.
The 1930s has been something I've been revisiting on a very regular basis.
The 1930s, of course, was when Hitler was building a fearsome new Nazi army for his dictatorship, while the rest of the West just fiddled and hoped for peace in our time. Now, Morrison did not today say, hey, China's dictator is our Hitler. He was saying that the world order was breaking down now like it did then.
We have not seen the conflation of global, economic and strategic uncertainty now being experienced here in Australia, in our region, since the existential threat we faced when the global and regional order collapsed in the 1930s and 1940s. Tensions over territorial claims are rising across the Indo-Pacific region, as we have seen recently on the disputed border between India and China, in the South China Sea and the East China Sea.
Now, take each of those disputes Morrison just mentioned there. All involve China, and China as the aggressor. China's pushing so hard, for instance, against India's border in the Himalayas.
So one point is, too, world news does have a totally different view on these things. And Australia, most of the stuff I've come out of there is stuff that they would consider conspiracy theory in the U.S. Dex, I don't know if you've seen a lot of this stuff, but this is literally, look at what we're having: coin shortages, we're having aluminum shortages. You've got all the countries doing the same stuff. You got the Chinese consulate burning all the papers. What did Japan do right before Pearl Harbor? Burnt all their documents. What the hell is really going on here? Obviously, people are akin to it. We've got what looks like a tactical nuke over there in Beirut. This is big stuff. I can tell. I'm buffering when we have a perfect freaking connection, perfect frame rate. I know what's going on here. Tower Bear, thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate you guys. Dex, why don't we pull in the next caller here? I'm gonna go to our website and show them a couple of the other ones.
And while I do that, there's a crazy tweet that just came in, and it's in the screener. But let's go ahead. This caller, you're not going to believe. I was so shocked when this guy called in. So without further ado, let's get Milton on the air. Milton, you are live on Marfoogle News.
Milton, what's going on? Milton, you're live on Marfoogle News.
I played it up too much, Adam. Milton,
I know.
Are you there?
I'm like excited.
Yeah, I'm here. No,
Oh, there
I'm
he
here.
is.
Hi.
Okay, Milton, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Adam. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I stepped out for one quick second.
Of course, that's the timing of things, right? No, we're here, and so
No.
What's going on, Milton? What?
Hey, I just want to first start off by saying, hey, thank you for what you do. You know, I get it. I kind of do what you guys do. Thank you, Dex, Adam, our Foogle family, for what you do, because it's hard. And I get, like, I listened to your video. I've been listening to you for a while. Got your information from my friend here in Nebraska, Jeff. Thank you, brother. That hooked me up with you guys a while ago, so I started listening, and I always try to catch you live, and I have commented a few times, but I kind of just listen to what you say and stuff, so I appreciate it, and it's hard. So,
oh my gosh! So you are the owner of this actual unit here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's me on the sofa. I'm Milton Torres. I have a YouTube channel. Most of my stuff is done on Facebook, but I don't even like Facebook. I really don't like none of the platform. I think they're all, so I battle a lot of the times wanting to do what you guys do, but seeing the struggles you guys like, it deters people to do anything like that, because there's really no freedom, even with any platform. It's just the reality of life, and it's really sad. And maybe that's why you buy a bunker.
So now, again, is this your primary living space? We covered this story in yesterday's show, and it just so happens you saw us, and you guys watch us, and you're like, hey, that's what we have. Is this your primary living spot, or is this a second home, or is this your bug out spot?
All right, so the story goes like this. I wanted a spot because I've been thinking about survival, spirituality, and see the things that go around in the world. And I kind of wanted to get away. And it took me a while to find this spot. I went to Missouri, not for me. Indiana, not for me. It's just the way it is, the reality of it. But I was listening to a podcast once on YouTube with Rex Bear and the owner of Vivos. And I said, wow, this is super cool. Let me check this out. So I took the trip out there 4 years back when I initially invested in it. And the people that came together, the community that was out there, I think it was initially 12 of us it was 8 of us that initially brought in like the first time. So it took me about a good year and a half to, I'm a biomedical engineer, worked for the federal government in Chicago, running the second biggest hospital in the nation for the biomedical IT department. So, and my life has been guiding me a certain way, and I ended up quitting everything. I retired in a sense and decided to go on this journey. and having this belief that everything was going to be okay. I didn't know how. I just knew that, hey, you need to do this. So a lot of people are like, you're crazy. You'll be back. You'll be, no, I will never be back. That this bunker changed my life. When you go into, you know, living this life in Chicago where it was fun, but a little too much fun. And there's no meaningful, you get nothing out of it, just, you know, maybe lust and whatever. But when you live out there, you start appreciating nature and what we take for granted. And we're abuser of everything. When you live in a bunker and you have to manage your light and your waste and your drinking water and everything you manage, it's off-grid living to the fullest maximum. And I just went at it with nothing. You know, I lost everything. And gradually just building everything up from the ground up, living this crazy life, but knowing in my heart, I need to do this. There's something happening. And it's always been my life. I've always been guided a certain way. And I'm just guided by somebody, by something else. Let's put it like that. So that's what I do. I follow my heart, my gut, my mind, my spirit. And I know that I'm going to be okay. And I started this journey, and all I have done is travel. And I do all my solar. I do all my carpentry work. I do everything. You learn. And then when you get into this, you start realizing when you accomplish something, this is so big. Like, I wasn't preparing for a pandemic. I'm preparing like for a meteor strike or something along that line. And
let me ask you a question
woke me
here.
up into medication and sterilization. And
can you hear me, Milton?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Now, there's multiple bunkers in this area, right? And they're numbered. Is that correct? They're kind of like, that's your address, but that's your bunker. Do you have neighbors?
That's your bunker, right?
Do you have neighbors, and what are your neighbors there for? Like, have you talked to people around, and what do they think is going to happen? Why are they there? Do you see what I'm saying? So
everyone has their own opinion about why they did this. I'm one of the youngest one that, you know, invested into this. Mostly there's just a lot of retirees that can do this. You know, they can quit everything, move over here and do that. And I've noticed that it's mostly like older people that seem to see that something's coming. The younger people see it, but it's more like a financial issue. And it's not that expensive, Adam. It's only $5,000 down. Okay, so it was wrong what was posted. So it's actually, and before I even get started with this, I don't sell for them. I'm not a seller for them. You guys want to look into it? Look into it. I don't want anything from them. I really want just people to have a place and an opportunity. That's pretty much it. But it's actually $5,000.
Well, let me ask you a question before you go more into it. How many are these? How many of these are open? Are there still some left?
There's tons. Yeah, so we got 575 of them. I don't. When I say we, he does, but the community, I kind of refer to as us. So there's 575 bunkers out there, the size of Manhattan, massively big. It's big. And we recently purchased the land, so it's no more leasing. We own the bunker. We own 30 feet around our bunker. So it's not a lease. We own. So you're a share owner now.
So
which makes it even more enticing.
You own that. Now, what have you done with yours? In the picture, in the very first picture, you're kind of in an empty one. Have you done something since this came out?
So the good thing about me and being able to live there as long as I lived there for, I get to see I get to look at every single bunker and see what people do. And I can say no, yes, no. For me, right? If you really go out there and you can see some other bunkers, some of these are wow. You know, it's nice. If you have money, spend it. I don't.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like it's the level of whoever owns theirs, they kind of do with what they want. Because later on, then you see one that almost looks like a regular house. Which, by the way, I said on my show yesterday, I said I personally would not like something like this. Like this just feels kind of claustrophobic. But again, I would almost like it better like what you had it in that picture, more open and less there. But who knows? This is also a compound of, super incredible underground stuff there as well. So this isn't just these tubes. It sounds like this is where a couple of the well-known bunkers are. Is that correct? Is this where some of the bigger, nicer ones are?
Yes. So, yes, these bunkers, Adam, where are you going to get cement and steel built to last? I mean, built for an explosion. I mean, where? At that time they were building them, I can only imagine. You can't build that here now, Adam. I mean, these things, can you drive a tractor trailer or an excavator on top of your house and sit it there? No. You could do it here. I mean, you want a lot of earth, Adam. You've been talking about it, the meteors. You want a lot of earth on top of you, on top of cement and steel. It's just, and I'm not saying this is going to protect everybody. Come on, let's be real. Let's say one hits in the middle of South Dakota. Now we're all done. But I think when you go into survivalist, you have that understanding that I don't care if I live or go. I'm walking the path I'm meant to walk.
Well, Milton,
I don't have fear.
I get you, Milton. Well, Milton, we're way over time, but I would like to talk to you in the future. In fact, I would love to come out and see this compound. If I was in, I believe this is North Carolina, right? Is this North Carolina that you're in?
No, this is South Dakota.
South Dakota.
I'm in Nebraska right now, but I'm only 2 hours away from my house. Or the bunker. So
in South Dakota, if I came here, would somebody be able to give me a tour?
Right here, me. Yes,
okay.
Of course. And I think, Adam, you'll have a different opinion once you go in here and see, because I think everyone is misunderstood with these bunkers, and I think they're getting a really bad shape. If you go into these things, you're like, I want 10 of these. I mean, I'm not selling. I'm just saying I love my bunker. That's it. Period.
I know. Somebody already said,
somebody
already said, what is your commission here? But no, really, I would like.
Oh no, I make none.
No, I'm fascinated to see it. It sounds like you're just one of the many owners here. Again, I would love to see this place. But they're famous ones that I've seen. I want to see these. I want to do a video on these because these are freaking interesting. Milton Torres, we've got to get rest of the news. We've got to get this under 2 hours, so we have a schedule to keep. But I appreciate your call and thank you. That's so awesome that you were watching. It's a small world.
Yeah, and I have sent you my telephone number. I send you emails. Just search for my name, and everything's on there if you need to get a hold of me, and we can schedule something. You'll love it, I promise you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Milton. You have a great night. Be safe. Be prepared. All right. Let's see. I wanted to go back to marfooglenews.com. Let's see here. Not this. But, okay, guys, there's many ways to support us. You guys know what they are. If you aren't protected, make sure to go and get yourself NORD. Again, that's a virtual private network. But I actually wanted to go to the website. Let's see. Let's go to marfooglenews.com. Any of the different products that helps us build this. We are doing this. I started this basically doing videos out of my car. We have built it up and we've turned it into something that that has respect. So please keep understanding that this, we appreciate all the help. Dex and I are really thinking that we need to get this much bigger and much faster. I think that, I don't think we're going to have a platform for much longer. Like not just us, like everybody. And that's just my personal thought, but you guys can let us know yours. I'm going to go over to the chat in YouTube. Make sure I say what's up to you guys as well. I had my thing here. I don't know why it was so choppy when we were talking about this stuff. Dex, what is the time at? Dex, what is the...
Hey, Adam.
Sorry about that.
I'm here. I'm pulling it up. It is 1:30.
Okay, let's get the next caller on. We've got... Looks like... it's Miss Terry or Mystery. I gotcha. I always get that one wrong. Calling out of Arizona, Miss Terry.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Adam. How are you?
Good. How are you? So, what do you got for us today?
I have something that about. I'd like. You have a couple links. One is for Moderna. It's a timeline of a product they've been working on.
Yep.
And the other is a timeline of the progress of that unwanted Chinese gift they gave us across the United States.
Yes, the CV.
So if you go all the way, kind of follow on the Moderna, we're going to go to the date, the first entry.
Okay, so I'm up at the top.
No, actually, it's down further.
Oh, okay, got it. Goes reverse.
Reverse order. And it starts out with the sequence of what causes this thing was released by people with the red star flag authorities. And it's just interesting that that's the beginning of the work on this thing. And then if you'll notice that NIA, all the abbreviations get easy to get lost in. But Dr. F is the head of that.
Mr. Couchy. We'll call him Couchy. Mr. Couchy.
Yeah. And the timeline goes really, really, really fast. And I think it was like in, 65 days they had it, packaged and ready to be shipped out for the first test. And they're not, this is a different type of vaccine.
Well, try not to say the V word, but so check this out. Did you know that because of threats from Russia is why they did not require the 5-year, basically they did not require these vaccines because of war purposes and adversaries. Basically, they didn't want technicalities stopping us from getting a vaccine out real quick because of, possible attack from, say, somebody like Russia or something else. Vaccines are the only thing that doesn't need to have a double-blind placebo, and basically they don't have to have these safety tests because they thought that would hold it back. I don't know if you know this, but the current day polio vaccine was only tested for 48 hours before they released it. I want to say the other one, one of the big ones was only 4 days. They can literally put these out and not go through all of the studies. They don't have to go through the safety tests. They don't have to, comply to the same stuff. And they did that because they didn't want the laws and things like that holding it back in the day if, say, we got a new sort of disease given to us by another country. But that's also the same thing that's screwing us right now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
it's kind of like the same thing with the rule that says the sheriff, the law enforcement in your local area has the authority to enforce whatever rules your local government sets for all this kind of thing. So if they say you have to do this, the law has the muscle to do that, and that's based off a 1905 law. And basically they ruled like that because the man had a choice. You either can get that shot or you pay $5 for not getting it. So he paid the $5. We don't have that choice. But they're still using it as a basis to say we have to comply, or you get the law has the right to make you. And that's kind of an old law.
It was done before we had modern day computers. I mean, it was done before we had modern day a lot of things, actually. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I completely agree. I think that they should, out of all the new things that they are trying to they're going, oh, we haven't changed this in forever. Why aren't they touching these medical laws and the health insurance and the health system? You know, this is the kind of stuff that we should have been updating constantly. But instead, some of this stuff is just, it's been broken for decades and decades and decades. But yet they're fixing all the stuff that helps their pockets.
I think it in the long run, it's a very strategically laid out plan. And the things that we have gaping emergencies for, oh, look, we have to fill that right now. And it's a convenient fill.
Did you also know that the scientists that work on this, say you're going to work as a scientist, you're getting normal scientist pay, you're the scientist while you're at work under, government paid job, you discover, or you're basically working with other scientists, you discover or basically formulate the vaccine, you then get credit for that and you will get paid for that if it's registered under you. So they will get paid money for their portion of it. Some say up to $150,000, like a royalty or a commission on the thing. Like, there's some weird stuff about this, and it makes it a broken system.
Real weird.
They make more.
There's like.
By the way, they make more than half of their money off of vaccines. The C, D, and the C.
Our Mr. T signed up being, and it's like, do these people all talk to each other? Because the one big United Nations gave a bunch of money for, like billions and billions. They're all getting money for the same thing. And it's what, because I spend a lot of time, because I don't understand, I'm not familiar with words or the abbreviations of places. And no matter which one you go to, they all are intertwined. FDA, WHO, NIH, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation pays for everything. And they, to the point of, how fortunate that for all of us that the research on the vaccine and the not paper money anymore and the ID stuff all come about at the same time. They can just save us all from all our future problems. How convenient.
Well, did you also know now our kids, so back in the day when we got our shots, we had 3 main shots. Now there is over 72 shots that kids get. 16 different vaccines broken up into 72 different shots. Do you realize what they are doing?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. So we're going to have to finish up here, but go ahead, and I'm going to show up your other link here.
When they put all of those together, well, not that they tested any of them singly, but not the combinations, what they're going to do, interact with each other. And they're not, none of those manufacturers are liable for any of should there ever be side effects from them, negative ones. And now with this special one they got going, Mr. T made it so that there is no financial liability will be incurred by anybody who wants to have a stab at this. They won't lose any money.
Yep. So you and among millions of others that are just, finally digging down the deep wells of where this is all coming from, start realizing why you don't want those same companies that are doing half of this stuff being the ones that do the inquiry on where this came from. There's some really big pockets involved here. Do you know that, though? I don't have to tell you. I love these links. We're going to actually share these with everybody. We're going to make sure that if you guys go to marfooglenews.com, she actually shared several really good informational links here that you guys can go to at home, and you can spend your time, sit there for an hour going through them and look at the information you need to. We need to educate ourselves on what is actually going on. Look at this. This is a timeline, and this is actually it spreading, or their recorded part of it. I love this link that you gave of the USA Today of the speeding through of the virus right here. Basically, it's going through January to April.
They already planned. They already had approval for testing before, and we lost anybody in the United States. That's just, it's like, how did they know?
It's pretty crazy. T-Man said we're making 500 million. We only have 350 million citizens, give or take, says Gypsy Souls. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. There's weirdness all around. And I'm glad that I have you guys around to notice it. Well, thank you again for your call. Is there one more thing you want to say before you go?
Be safe and, be
prepared,
aware. Yeah.
All righty, we will.
Thanks and love everybody. I love you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night. Up next,
bye.
We have Joseph Newhouse. Joseph Newhouse, what is going on?
Adam, how are you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Adam.
Having
good.
I love that you are always. Okay. You guys don't. If you don't know Joseph Newhouse, go check him out. He always does assisting articles, and he'll go deeper into some of the stuff that I talk about on the show. He truly is like Foogle fam. He's like ride or die Foogle fam for life, and he's got his own show that he basically goes into some of the deeper stuff. Is that what you did today? Did you go deeper on some of the stuff?
Oh yeah, we went.
We
went, took a look at some of the stuff.
Okay, I'm pulling it up.
I noticed on the clip you were showing earlier of those first clips from the whatever happened. It looked like there was some Northwest Order stuff, like on it's like looking at that truck, and they all have like the port door open for whatever reason, and then starboard, and then it pans over to this building, and it looks like it says like, about the Northwest Order or something. But so I sent you a few video links. Just play the first one. The other ones might have stuff that'll get you a copyright thing. But so there was this article about the seismometers recording the aurora borealis, and so they're saying that the seismometers detect this eruption. They called it an eruption of pink light, but it goes on to say that people have been making these connections for 250 years. And that the link was first discovered in Sweden in 1741. And so it kind of goes along with the Earth's torus field, like we were talking about. Yeah, and so the other links I sent you, I don't know if you should play them on the show. You could, but looking at stuff like if you Google real quick, North Star, Big Dipper, or just Little Dipper, Big Dipper, Draco, you can kind of see Polaris, the North Star, and how it relates to the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. And so I kind of noticed something from a few videos like Jurassic Park, and the kitchen scene with the spoons. And so I just kind of made a few interesting little videos there. And I think you might like that one.
Okay, so
but
again,
it doesn't really start till after I say thanks for watching, so that's when it goes.
Okay, so wait a second. So there was something that just recently. What do you think about Elon Musk? Since you mentioned the Grail, the Holy Grail, what did you say it was that how Elon Musk basically shared a link to the Holy Grail, Monty Python's The Holy Grail? How would you're all about symbology? Okay. What do you think that meant again? As far as like, do you think that was a signal?
Yeah, he set his official Twitter location to Trollheim, which is like a location in a game. But since the last part of the name is Heim, it's like it sounds like one of the realms from Norse mythology, like Asgard. And then there's, Niflheimer and Svartalfheimer, Josselheimer, and all these worlds like that. And so I looked at what you do because to get to this place that he put on his official Twitter, you have to do this quest. And in the quest, like towards the end of the quest, it says, go south to the secret exit or something like that. And so I was just relating it to like there's this Chinese lodestone compass, and it's a south pointing compass. And the idea here is that opposite poles attract, like, with the torus field, the magnet, it's opposite poles. And so it's like every compass points to this central spot. It's like there's this weird Arctic map where they have the center kind of where they don't show what's at the center. It's just everything else.
Well, as far as you got to go, the stuff that Elon's been posting is very symbolic. I just say it as fact. I'm sorry. I think that gentleman is telling us stuff right in plain sight. He's in the know. He is doing things that I believe. I don't know. I just don't see the logic in why the government would let him do it, though, unless there was purpose behind it. That's why I'm very wary of what are they doing? Why is he doing these signals? People think he's just being weird and trying to be a hipster cool guy. He's dating a young chick with covered in tattoos, and she's a cool chick and this and that. I don't think so. I think he legitimately is not only contracted with NASA and all of this stuff going on. They're doing all this sort of NWO stuff. They're going to the moon. They're going to the Mars. He's talking about terraforming other planets. They know something we don't, and he keeps putting it out. He keeps putting out weird song lyrics. Like Joseph Newhouse, the cool part about it is that Joseph Newhouse he goes deeper into it. So you really got to sit, and that's the kind of thing you grab your popcorn for, and you sit and watch, and you go, whoa, that's weird. The weird connections. So Joseph Newhouse, thank you for calling in again. You're a regular caller, and a regular creator. You end up creating videos that kind of go off of ours. So if you guys are new and haven't checked out Joseph Newhouse, make sure to go do so. Is there one more thing you want to say before you go?
Yeah, just in the most recent video, I looked at the tweet with the Tesla China stuff that you tweeted, and
isn't that
found
crazy?
some extra stuff in that. If you want to check it out, I think Dex, I gave him the link, so it'll be on your website, I think.
Yes, it will. Again, you can reach all of his stuff. You don't have to. You can just search Joseph Newhouse and probably find him. This is his logo. But again, you can find it on our website. I'm interested to see what you found, actually. Can you sum it up in like 20 seconds? What you found in these screensavers?
Yes. Well, it was weird because yesterday you were talking about that like aquatic stuff, and so I noticed that the one of the cars is like on the water, and there's like a phone and a drink in the car, and then the other one, the picture where you can see the dashboard, it says 717, and I looked up Tesla 717, and there's a couple interesting things there, but in the background there's like a little fence, like a small one section of fence in front of these palm trees that are lit up pink and green like the aurora borealis, and I related that to the Arctic map and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Well, I will be watching it, and I will be checking it out. Again, you can find that at Joseph Newhouse. He actually goes over, these were the China Tesla branch shared screensavers that literally look like paratroopers dropping in the background, multiple of them. Packages, looks like military parachutes. If you've ever seen a movie with any kind of drop-ins, it's not too hard to see some weirdness in the background. This one has look at this, a package there getting dropped in, this getting dropped in. The other one has the soldiers, and then this disco ball, whatever that symbolizes. Again, Joseph Newhouse goes over it in his video. Thank you so much for calling in. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for being a part of the Foogle fam. You really do bring a lot of information, and you try to do your best to inform people, so I appreciate you. and I know that a lot of others do as well.
Well, thanks, Adam, and I appreciate you and everything you do, and I'll, be here watching the show.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, good night.
All right, let's see here. So, Dex,
Adam.
What do we have here on time? I'm going to show you guys Marfoogle.
We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
And the website's already updated with all of Joseph's videos.
Okay, we got Big Shot Ben. Again, we update everything live. We've got updates coming. We're most likely going to put an update on the Beirut situation. You guys need to make sure to check out Marfoogle News, our main channel. Again, that is our other YouTube channel that just hit 160,000 subscribers. Make sure to go over there. If you're new here, you got to check out our main channel, Marfoogle News. Type that in. You'll find it right away. There's 2 channels. One's orange, one is blue. Big Shot Ben says, let the Foogle force flow through you young Padawans. Renegade Petey, thank you so much. Texas Rob, Jafarm, Claire Bear, a.k.a. CFS69, thank you for gifting subscriptions. Let's get rid of that real quick, though. Boom, we don't want that. I like those guys, but I don't want them on the background. Phil Billy X, Laura Griffith, Miss Dawn. We've got... looks like Trinity Red or Blue Pill, Hi-Ho Kermit the Frog. Jay Stone, thank you for putting all the links. CJ Blaze, thank you for making sure to put all the links as well. EMP, thank you for being here. Bimp says, drop hey, good to see you. What is going, Bimp Polar Rinza Stuff YouTube? I'll get it next time. Lisa R. Hall, thank you for being here. Sorry, I actually missed your call. Lisa, I apologize. I saw that afterwards. Call me again. You can call me after the show. Lasha, Emma Padro, thank you. Unicorn Forest, Lisa Jones, R. McGrath, Cypher. We've got Love Pugs, Duckhawk, Wendy Sagamang, Joanna W. Thank you guys all for making it today. Jimmy the Lip, you've been here all the time now. Dude, I appreciate you coming. I wonder how your show is doing. I know I've watched a bunch of your very unique shows, especially the old movies. EMP is agnostic, not scriptural. Tracy Pullett says Sam Laurie is complaining. Show only 2 hours. Unfortunately, it doesn't process, and then it affects the entire thing for 24 hours. All right. Love you guys. I'm going to say good night. I am also going to say thank you. Sea Star Goddess, thank you. Hey, it's GoldenEye 0003. I changed my name. Love you, Marf Dex. Cactus Whisper, I appreciate you. Granny C. Dex, I love you, brother. You have a great night. And it is now officially time for a shoutro. It's not a shoutro. It's not an outro. It's a shoutro. Granny C, thank you, says love to the Foogle fam. Cactus Whisperer, Nutsack 909 says, has anyone ever heard the Sky King message today? No, we will check that out. Anyways, a Google Street View on these buildings. No, check that out. Maruchan West says that. Stranger Things UK, Vaz, thank you. Bill Junking Fool, we'll be doing our chest here in about 2 minutes. Sylvia Johnson, thank you. Susan Donahue, thank you for being a permanent part. I saw people saying all awesome things about you. Thank you, Susan, for being here every single show, regardless of what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a rock for us through the hard times. Adam Dex, Mod Squad, and Foogle fam, with many thanks and much love. My money's on hashtag Team Humanity. Big penis.
Sarah Kohler, Pig Bennett, Usman Kadi, gonna bring, hey, thanks for following JB, aka Sweezy. Gotta bring it back, oh, get it easy. Hey, Sherry B on the Beezy, getting back in the Usman Deezy with the Sarah Kohler. Gonna go back now, I'm a molar. gonna be on crushing. Going back round now, I'm hushing. Hush, hush. Gonna bring it back round, and that YouTube fan over there. Big shot band with the renegade Petey. Edgy Whalen, go on girl. Tartan Granny with the jaw firm all world. I'm gonna go back Cali Kit Kat. Happens in with the Troy McClure. And I'm seeing you over her. And Pink Morrison just follow. Thanks you, going back, no hollow. Real sift, gonna bring it. Gonna go back and I'm gonna go sit it. Kate Cordell. And it says again 1907 E-Cram. Gonna bring thanks for following. And Sanchez and the NFL Blue. Gonna do exactly what we do. Gonna bring it back like you knew. Ha! With a Christina V. Dio Goiper just followed. Gonna go back, no hollow. Gonna bring back that Foogle fan. Thanks for everything. Oh yeah. Hey Trisha for a lit. Gonna go back, no. Oh shit. Oh, gonna bring that I am key and the C or Z with the 503. Hey, I'll put you woo. Gonna do exactly what we do. Hey you too. Got that cowbell on the woo. I love it. Got a Debbie Doo and a Mama Bear. Got a concrete watershed with the Everybody Joe and a W. Gonna bring it like top 10. Oh, you already knew. Gotta bring back like 02. 02 was a good year and I know it. I be flowing. Gotta bring it, gotta sing it, gotta love it like, hey, Gone Girl, 777. Thanks for being on top.
Thank you, Gone Girl 777. You are number one tonight over on D-Live. Debbie Doot, Tower Bear, D-Live's mom, J-Store, Oregon. And yes, I said J-Store. J-Star, Oregon. Thank you, I appreciate you. Much love. Peace out. Tower Bear, I appreciate you. Thanks for being on the all-time. Amy R is our all-time. N Times is number 3. Gone Girl is number 2. Tuck Pup and Kelly 2334.
I'm stopping it, throwing it back round. Gotta be rocking it.
What is that?
No, that's not it either. I love you guys. Make sure to go check out MyFoogleNews.com. I'll be saying thank you a lot more over there. Thank you very much. Be safe, be prepared, and Marfoogle.
Love ya. Be a bad mascot, take the mask off. Be a bad mascot, take the mask off.
Hadja Fly Girl, thank you for everything.
Gotta bring it back, bleacher. Stuck, let it and one, my me one. Auntie, and Thomas the phone. Gonna bring back and say, oh, down. Hey, Stephen D as oh, Jim Dale. Gotta bring sippy doodles and oh, down. Ramsey, WJ, someone's watching me. Going back round now, they do saucy. I'm gonna do it, go Adam, go ball. Hey, Paul, shake it, go ball, oh yeah. Hey, smack that good, Ali Bella. Why not? Cannabis says, hey, thanks. Hey, gonna bring it back, oh, that thing. Here's what they smoke, but the leaves are whole. Rip curl, I'm gonna love the black sheep. Emily with the Angela, gotta go see. Hey, love you fam, stay safe, Jimmy the lip, gonna bring it like, oh, I tear. Gonna bring a bot for Alicia, yeah. Gonna bring it down like I gotta get it down. Gotta go with the Sarah colors, changing any things on the UK bass. C-Star Goddess, gonna bring it now. Andrea and 219, gonna go back in the real kick on train. I'm gonna go follow on that. DCI Green Gear. Remember Economist magazine, boom plus gas mask, OOZ. Hey, Aaliyah, gotta bring it, see ya. Gotta go back home, maybe sometime see ya. Oh, Aaliyah, C-Star Goddess, Cactus Whisper, Granny C, Dusty Digger. What? Just thought I said thank you. Good night. I'm gonna be hosting somebody random, so if you don't like go, you can run them. Gonna go back round, gonna say your name. Gonna go and check on all lane. Gonna bring it back down to do it. Going back round and you never go through it. And everybody really wanna go see. Everybody really wanna go see. Everybody